Ladies, if this election was not a wake up call to all of us to realize that the government, the politicians, men in general are not coming to save us. We have to save ourselves. And so I want to share with you this recent talk that I did for women in tech on how you can pursue financial freedom and why it is so important now in 2024 and beyond. So please watch the video in full and let me know in the comments, what step are you going to take to claim your financial freedom? I am Bernadette Joy. I am your millionaire mentor, and I am here to help you crush your money goals. If you like this content, please subscribe to the channel and check me out at crushyourmoneygoals.com.
I am so grateful to be here. You heard all of those different things that would make me the street cred of why you should listen for the next 20 minutes. But I would say that the biggest reason you should hear from me is because I am a recovering tech employee. Okay? So that means I know exactly what your lives look like working at different tech companies, and I worked at 3 different ones before I decided I was tired of making other people rich, and I decided to become rich myself. Okay? So that's what we're here for the next 20 minutes. We're here to calm the buck down, and I want everyone, because we just got back from lunch, and we're all a little like, whew, let's take a deep breath together and count to 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, I love y'all, but that was a little shallow. Like, some of y'all don't know how to do a deep breath. Let's do one more. Real deep breath from the bottom of your lungs on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. You just learned your first tip on how to become a millionaire. Calm the buck down. Just calm down. Make decisions when you are feeling like this, not like, whew, right? So here's what we are hoping to accomplish in the next couple of minutes. I want you to pay attention. Raise up hands. Have any of you ever felt like you felt like there wasn't enough money in your life?
Ta-da! If you like this content, please go ahead and check out my latest project. It's the Crush Your Money Goals book, and it will be available for purchase December, but now you can get it for pre-order, and you can learn the 25 money habits that will help you save, invest, and plan for financial freedom the same way that I did and was able to retire by 40. Check it out at crushyourmoneygoals.com.
All right. So it's like right now, right now in this moment. Number 2, anyone guilty as charged over here? I love sneakers, I love clothes. Retail therapy, is that a thing for anyone here? Girl, I see you, right? Here's an interesting one. Have any of you been afraid to be successful? Because what if you had all the money and now you don't know what to do with it? She's like, I got it, I'm gonna just buy all the shoes. I mean, right? Number 4, have any of you inherited beliefs from your parents knowing it's not serving you anymore about money? And here's what I call sneaky envy. Any of you look at your social media feeds and you're like, how come they can afford stuff but not me? What's wrong with me? Anyone feel that? Raise your hands. Anyone felt that? All right. So if you do nothing else, pay attention for the next 15 minutes. We're going to get through all of these things. And by the end of this talk, you should have some idea of what to do next. Immediately today. I'm not talking about tomorrow. I'm not talking about next week. I mean, when you go home today, you should have an action step. Is that a fair ask from me? Okay. So here are the 5 steps that I teach all of my students on how to have a better money plan. It spells out the word crush. So if you're a note taker, take out your notepad right now, write out the word crush, C-R-U-S-H, down your paper, and this is what you're going to need to know. The beauty of this is not just based off of my personal story. I have now had over 1,000 people come through my program, and I have done many talks like this, and it works in a lot of different scenarios. So if any of you are thinking, well, I'm special and different and unique because of this certain thing, I promise you this will work for you. Whether or not it's all of the steps or some of the steps is the difference, but this plan, if you stick to it, will help you towards financial freedom. So here's step 1. We're getting right into it. C stands for curate your accounts. So my new friend here said she's gonna buy all the shoes. Me too, right? How many of us like collecting things? Whether it's shoes or I used to collect stickers or whatever, right? How many of us actually curate when it comes to the things that we collect with our money? So what do I mean by that? What is the difference? I'm going to ask the people in the front row here. You're going to be my help. What is the difference between collecting and curating? What would be the difference between someone who's good at curating versus collecting? What do you think? Intentionality, absolutely. What else? Making trade-offs, absolutely. Think about an art curator. What does it require to be a great art curator? Good eye. I got you, good eye. She gave me a signal here, right? A good eye. How many of us are actually being curators of all of the accounts that are having money go in or out of them? Some people are like, damn, she got me already. It's only been like 3 minutes. So here is your first step. The number one question I get, especially from women in tech, is like, well, I make good money, but I need to make more money, and so how do I make passive income? Girl, stop being other people's passive income first. Okay? So what do I mean by passive income? Here are some places you need to look starting today. This is how I started. I didn't know when I first started my personal finance journey that I needed to make more money or how to grow that money, but I knew that I had money going out that shouldn't have been. So here are the 4 places I need you to look today. Number 1 is any subscriptions. Now, y'all have heard this before, but in the tech space, don't we love subscriptions as a business model? I bet half of the people in the room are selling some sort of subscription at their company, yeah? Right? But I just had a tech employee as one of my clients this past week. We found $100 a month that was going out in useless subscriptions. $100 might not seem like a lot in a month, but over a year, that's $1,200. That could have gone towards saving, towards debt, to a trip to Bali. I don't care. It didn't have to go there, right? So you look at your subscriptions and ask yourself, is this a curated subscription or is this just one that I collected? Number 2, I want you to look at all of your bank accounts and see if you have any hidden fees. Any hidden fees. Now, this day and age, you should not have a bank account that has any fees. Period. Thank you, period. There are so many options for bank checking accounts, savings accounts, investing accounts that do not charge you. So look and see if you're getting charged even if it's $5.95 a month, it's gotta go. It's too much, right? Number 3, any investment fees, right? So for the investment fees, specifically, how many of you are contributing into your 401k? I love you guys. This is so awesome. Do y'all actually know how much you're getting charged there? Because you are. So guess what your homework assignment is today? If you got a 401k and you have no idea how much money is coming out of your bank account in the form of investment fees for those mutual funds, for those index funds, for the maintenance fee for your 401k, you best look today, right? And number 4 is your social media. Now, I see a lot of clients who are spending a lot more money than they really need to because they are trying to keep up with what they see on social media versus what they actually need in their life. So today, I want you to go and look at your social media and say, okay, these things that keep coming up in my feed, especially those ads, right? Tell Instagram, I don't want this ad anymore. Tell Instagram, this is not relevant for me anymore. Look at what's coming up in your feed and start cleaning those out. Can anyone find at least one thing to do from this list? Yes. Or all 4. All right, let's do step 2. The R in crash stands for reverse into independence. Reverse into independence. Here's the beauty. This is what I love about talking to women in tech, is that we're all smart as hell. We're really smart, right? However, we are still trading time for money. You will not get rich continuing to trade time for money. And the reason that I help women in particular with finances is because I don't need you to have more money in the bank if you're still going to be booked and busy every day doing stuff you don't want to do. Now the question then becomes, well, how much money is enough? There is an actual formula, and it's very simple. It's 25 times your annual expenses. Write that down. 25 times your annual expenses is the number that theoretically, if you had that amount, you could do whatever you want. In the financial community, I like to call it the FIRE number. How many of you have heard of FIRE, the FIRE movement, right? So FIRE movement stands for financial independence, retire every day. Here's what I learned about tech people. We don't want to retire. Like, we like working and solving problems and doing other stuff. But how nice would it be to have enough money to do whatever your next endeavor is? So that's your fine number. For me, I left tech to run this business. That was my next endeavor. 25 times your annual expenses. Now, when you calculate that number, you're going to have a heart attack. Because likely it's going to be over $1 million. As did I. I looked at the number and I was like, I am $300,000 in debt. How am I going to come up with $1 million? Mine was $1.2 million. But today I want you to ask yourself, is it even worth trying? Even if you hit 50% of that number, would you still be better off today? Yes. What I don't want to see is, oh, that number is so big, and so I might as well give up. That is a surefire way that you will fail. The beauty about being in tech is that we know how to iterate. We know how to do sprints, right? We know that when we put something out, oh, it didn't work, let's go back and fix it. We don't just say, oh, well, company closed, the app didn't work. But we do that so much with our finances, don't we? Oh, this is hard, so I'm going to quit. I'm going to ask you to think about independence, not just money in the bank. So that brings me to the U in CRUSH, which stands for understand your net worth. Understand your net worth. How many people in this room could tell me right now if I asked you? You don't have to say it, don't worry. You could tell me what your net worth is exactly right now. It should be everybody in this room. Y'all, there are so many tech apps that can help you do that, right? If you don't know your net worth every day, you go back home today and you figure out what your net worth is. Now, here's the quick formula for it. It's simple. It's everything you own minus everything you owe. Everything you own, so your cash, your property, your investments, and then you subtract out your debts. Why I'm so crazy about being debt-free is because you get rid of the negative, your number becomes more positive. We don't need that much other than 4th grade math. I actually pulled this up this morning. This is my actual net worth as of today. Thank you. Oh, thank you. I wasn't looking for that, but I appreciate it, right? So the point is, you could ask me any point of the day, I can tell you what my net worth is. Why is that important? Because you need to make decisions based off the total picture, not just what's in your checking account, not just what your paycheck is. It has to be based on every piece of information. How many of you are in data or do business analysis or anything with spreadsheets? Imagine someone asked you to make a decision, an important business decision, and say, we're only going to give you 1/10 of the data. My friend Ambika's like, nope, not going to do it. But how many of us are making money decisions based on 1/10 of the data, right? So understand your net worth. Specifically, everyone today, one of the best things that I've taught my students and they taught me is that you need a cash flow cushion. This is different from an emergency fund. The cash flow cushion is essentially 1 month's worth of your expenses sitting inside your checking account. That way, you're not waiting for the next paycheck to show up. Does that make sense? How many of us have like, oh, we're looking out for Friday, we're looking out for payday. If you have your cash flow cushion, you don't have to look out for the next paycheck because the paycheck is already there. Then you're using the next paycheck to replenish what's in there. Now you can start making bigger decisions. Now you're not worrying about just your everyday bills. So that leads me into the S in CRUSH, which is spend intentionally. Now I do an entire budgeting course, which any of you are interested in doing, or investing. People ask me all these questions. I have tons of those resources. You can come meet me at the network fair later and I'll give you all those resources. But this is the biggest thing I see with women in tech specifically, and I was guilty of this myself. We are wasting too much damn time. So, I'm not allowed to curse, but you can guess what that says, right? Conserve your energy. If you want to become wealthy, then you have to learn how to conserve your energy for bigger decision making. And these are the things that I see most often in tech, right? Number 1, going to meetings with no agenda. I'm going to say as a former HR person, never go to a meeting without an agenda. If you ever get called into a meeting from HR without an agenda, you better ask what the agenda is, okay? Number 2, meetings that could have been an email. If it could have been an email, just make it an email and don't go. And then use that meeting to work on your budget. Number 3, anything that is unpaid labor, pick my brain. Here's what I'll say. I love, and this is why I'm here today. Today is usually my day off. I work 20 hours a week and I'm off on Thursdays and Fridays, right? But I come to these things because I want to connect with other women. However, some of us are still using our bachelor's degrees and master's degrees and using all of our experience and still giving it away for free when it costs you a lot of money to go get that. So next time you think about doing pick my brain, consider, could this be a consulting gig? Could this be a fee that I charge? Could this be, is there monetary value out of this? Right? Number 4 is, I'm sorry my slides are all messed up, I don't know what happened there. But number 4 is just plain, anyone who's a jerk, you don't gotta go. You don't have to go. Now I know that's easier said than done. Trust me, I worked in tech, I worked directly for some of the CEOs, I know what it looks like, right? But how much more are we gonna withstand bad behavior by grown adults in the workplace? If they wanna act that way, that's cool. They do them, you do you, and you build your bank account, right? And then number 5, anything that isn't an enthusiastic yes. If you're thinking about it, you're like, maybe, I don't know if I wanna go, then just don't go. Why I'm saying all this to you, why is this about money? It's because, what's the number 1 reason that people tell me they don't do their budget? I ain't got no time. Yet I look at their calendars and I'm like, wow, that's a bunch of useless meetings, right? So spend intentionally, not just with your money, but with your time. So here's the last step. The H stands for heal your money wounds. Heal your money wounds. Has anyone been laid off ever in this room? That is a money wound that we do not talk often about enough, right? Has anyone ever felt like they didn't have money to pay for their bills, enough money to pay for their bills? Anyone grow up in a household where they were telling you, like, we don't have enough money? Those are all money wounds, and those are often the things that hold women back, especially smart, talented, really educated women. We know all the things that we're supposed to be doing, but it's that money wound that's holding us back. So what I want you to think about today, the best ways that I have learned how to heal my own money wounds. I'm the 8th of 9 kids. So if you want to tell me, oh, well, you know, I can't be a millionaire because X, Y, Z, I got all the excuses as to why I shouldn't have become a millionaire, okay? But I do know that if I surround myself with women who are also not afraid to talk about money, we all grow. So finding a community of people, whether it's at your work, in your personal life, one friend that you have that you can openly talk about money and what's scaring you makes a huge difference in your finances. I will also say tech women have this amazing ability to not ask for help. We're like, we can do it ourselves. I can do it myself. I can do it myself. No, there is no such thing as a self-made millionaire. I have a really strong belief about that. There is nobody that became a millionaire completely on their own with no help. So ask for help. And number 3, and this is a great one, what I love about tech is there's a lot of amazing money mentors in tech, specifically women who have made good money, who are good people. So look for a money mentor who reflects not only the bank account that you want, but the values and the way that they show up as a leader and the way that they talk to people and treat people. Because how many of you have met someone who's rich who was not that nice? We don't want to be those people, right? So don't just look out for people who are great at making money, look at people who want to share that money with other people. So those are my 5 steps, C-R-U-S-H. Did anyone get anything out of this today? Awesome. So here's my commitment to you. If you want to learn more with me, I have a free guide. It's the 30 resources that I would suggest you start off with your money plan. You can grab that today, and if you get the guide, you will be subscribed to my email list where you'll learn where my next classes are, and you'll get weekly money tips. Completely free. These are completely free. And if you want to pay a little money, I have a new book. It's coming out December 10th. and it's available for pre-order now. We have some of those up here, and at my table, you'll have the option to be able to order the pre-order the book, and when you pre-order it, you'll get free access to one of my courses today. Does that sound good? All right, well, thank you so much, y'all. Enjoy the rest of your day.
If you like this video, stay tuned for more videos I post weekly on how to save, invest, and fast track your financial freedom. And if you like reading, check out my book. It's now available for pre-order in the links below. And it is called Crush Your Money Goals by Simon & Schuster and me, Bernadette Joy, available December 2024. But you can pre-order now and you will get my bonus free course when you purchase my book.